blow again. I said, hey, bartender, hey, man, look here. Draw one, draw two, draw three, four glasses of beer. Saw a chick sitting on the end. I said, baby, can't we be friends? You look as sweet as you can be. Come on down and drink with me. I said, hey, bartender, hey, man, look here. Draw one, draw two, draw three,
incoming!
four glasses of beer. Having so much fun, didn't know it was 1:30. Sat down to have one more, looked the clock and it was almost 4. I said, hey, bartender, hey, man, look here. Draw one, draw two, draw three, four glasses of beer. Jukebox playing and everything, all the cats began to sing.
No!
I heard that somebody called it last round for alcohol. I said, hey, bartender, hey, bartender, hey, bartender, hey, bartender, bartender. Draw one, two, three, four glasses of beer.
Now you've heard tales of Venus and Mars and people in outer space. I'll tell you no lie, I know because I have seen them face to face. There's a knocked out joint on the planet Mars that's really out of this world. There's a real gold chick that can make you click. She's a special kind of girl. She can rock and roll like the one I know. Her green skin is a dream. When she starts to shake, you do a double take, for this cool doll is a scream. She's got 3 eyes you will idolize. With her 4 legs she can jive. And that's why I know all the Martians go for the coolest doll alive. Talk man, she was in the groove. On her 4 skinny legs she rocked, boy, she could really move. I asked her if she'd take a stroll neath those 2 moons above, but she says, I just wanna rock, I've got no time for love. This knocked out joint I'm speaking of, it's run by Martian Sam. It's a real cool place at outer space where the cats all go to jam. If you should go to this place, I know that's out beyond the stars, you'll like your stay in this out of the way knocked out joint on Mars. There's a knocked out joint on the planet Mars that's really out of this world. There's a real gold chick that can make you click. She's a special kind of girl. 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 A special kind of girl. She's a special kind of girl.
When Paul Revere went riding while the stars were burning bright, it was all in a night's work. When Edison stayed up so late, he finally saw the light. It was all in a night's work. And when a girl and fella get underneath that moon, it's not a long shot, you can bet on something happening soon. So when they ask me just how come I came up winning you, though it took hours of flowers and whining and dining and telephone calls to get the pot to put, I smile and say it was all in a night's work. It was all in a night's work. It was all in a night's work. And when a girl and fella get underneath that moon, it's not a long shot, you can bet on something happening soon. So when they ask me just how come I came up winning you, though it took hours of flowers and whining and dining and telephone calls to get the pot to perk, I smile and say it was all in a night's work. All in a night's work. All in a night's work.
I look through my window so bright, I see the stars come out tonight. I see the bright and hollow sky over the city's ripped-back sky, and everything looks good tonight. We're singing la 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 la. Passenger, we'll ride through the city tonight. We'll see the city's ripped back sides. We'll see the bright and hollow sky. We'll see the stars that shine so bright. The stars made for us tonight. How it rides. Oh, the passenger. He rides and he rides. He looks through his city's ripped back sides. This is the winding ocean drive, and everything was made for you and me. All of it was made for you and me, 'cause it just belongs to you and me. So let's take a ride and see what's mine. Singing la 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 la. He rides and he rides. He sees things from under glass. He looks through his window inside. He sees the things he knows are his. He sees the bright and hollow sky. He sees the city sleep at night. He sees the stars are out tonight. And all of it is yours and mine. And all of it is yours and mine. So let's ride and ride and ride and ride. Singing la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Singing la 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 la. La 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 la.
Watch out! Don't mess with me.
Now you've heard tales of Venus and Mars and people in outer space. I'll tell you no lie, I know because I have seen them face to face. There's a knockdown joint on the planet Mars that's really out of this world. There's a real gold chick that can make you click. She's a special kind of girl. She can rock and roll like the one I know. Her green skin is a dream. When she starts to shake, you do a double take, for this cool doll is a scream. She's got 3 eyes you will idolize. With her 4 legs she can jive. And that's why I know all the Martians go for the coolest doll alive.
We're pretty good at this.
I met her in this honky-tonk, man, she was in the groove. On her 4 skinny legs she rocked, boy, she could really move. I asked her if she'd take a stroll neath those 2 moons above. But she says, I just wanna rock, I've got no time for love. This knocked out joint I'm speaking of, it's run by Martian Sam. It's a real cool place at outer space where the cats all go to jam.
Is this your ship?
Should go to this
Oh
place
my
I
stars,
know
she
that's
is just
out
so
beyond
handsome.
the
Does
stars.
she have a name yet? What's her driver? Oh. Pretty babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'm twisted. You got me twisted. I'm twisted. You got me twisted.
I know. Mr. Thompson said I was to chaperone you about the veil. Maybe I'll see like a spacer's choice property. Well, they may think I am, but I'm not. Yeah, Mr. Thompson's got a temper. But I'm more scared of missing out than I am of him. I don't want to lose my one chance at seeing the stars. Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, man. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
You got me twisted. I'm twisted. You got me twisted. You got me rocking and rolling and talking all out of my head. Just twisted.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I... Do you know how to install a power regulator? Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Approach the terminal located in our engine room. Step 3. Insert power regulator. Step 4. Celebrate. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
And everybody will pay at the door. There'll be plenty of seats for nobody. And everybody will sit on the floor. Twisted.
Nice.
You got me twisted. I'm twisted. You got me twisted. You got me rocking and rolling and talking all out of my head. You got me rocking and rolling and talking all out of my head. You got me rocking and rolling.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna take a trip on a rocket ship. We're gonna blast out of here about noon. To get away from it all, I'm gonna have a ball on the backside of the moon. I'm gonna build a shack, I ain't a-coming back to the place I came from. Well, it's just like this, I'll either hit or miss and have a hot time on the sun.
What can I do?
Either way it'll be, you can take it from me, I'm gonna have a real big time. I'm on a one-way track, I ain't a-coming back, cause I'm a-going to the end of the
All
line.
systems are operating
Now
within
here's the
acceptable
tip, while I'm
parameters.
taking this
I am
trip,
prepared to
I
bring
wanna
the
get
unreliable into
satisfied.
low
I
altitude
wanna
orbit.
live it up,
This should
I wanna
prove an
rock it
adequate
up
test of
and
our
get
flight
out of this world
capabilities.
alive. I'm gonna take a trip on the rocket ship. I'm gonna blast out of here about noon. To get
Communication
away from
request
it
from
all,
Dr.
I'm gonna
Phineas
have a
Rhodes.
ball on the backside of the moon. I'm gonna build a shack, I ain't a-coming back to the place I came from. Well, it's just like this, I'll either hit or miss and have a hot time on the sun.
Ah, there you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about your former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing,
Now either
I
way it'll
assure you.
be, you can take it from me, I'm gonna have a real big time. I'm on a one-way track, I ain't a-coming back, cause I'm a-going to the end of the line. Now here's a tip, while I'm taking this trip, I wanna get satisfied. I wanna live it up, I wanna rock it up, and get out of this world alive.
What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
On such a timeless flight.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Culkelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
It's just my job 5 days a week. Rocket Man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man that think I am at home.
We are up.
Rocket Man, burning out his fuse out here alone.
After the Groundbreaker.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man that think I am at home. Oh, no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man, burning out his fuse out here alone. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Hey, Cap, can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
She made my blood run cold.
Make yourself at home,
Chills
Captain.
all through my soul. I went to see
grown. He gave me an examination. I was chilled to my bones. She made my blood run cold, sent cold chills all through my soul. He said, your kisses freezes my heart, causes my blood to stop. Have icicles hanging from my eyes. I need heat all around the clock. She made my blood run cold, sent cold chills all through my soul. He checked my blood pressure. He found that I had none. He said, bring me that woman so she can see what she has done. She made my blood run cold, sent cold chills all through my soul. She came to the doctor's office and rubbed him on his head. And before I could give him a warning, he was standing there frozen dead. She made his blood run cold, took all the life right out of his soul.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Stand.
Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This happened. Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want to trunch your through the teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major
That's when I broadsided him with a tossball stick. Yeah. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in a tin can.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you've got places to be. I appreciate your time. Oh, not at all. Just, gonna figure out what to do next. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the dock.
What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Stop! You're violating company policy. What do you think you're doing? Oh, my mistake. Customs and inspection, right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you say? Well, let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
All systems are go. Are you sure? Control is not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to oppose. The countdown's
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
all this work, trying to relax. Up in the capsules and the upper tray. Just major talk. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling,
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
We're now in orbit, stabilizers up. Running perfect, starting to collect. Requested data, what will it affect? When all is done, things major tone. Back at ground control, there is a problem. Go to rockets full, not responding. Hello, Major Tom. Are you receiving? Turn the thrusters on. We're standing by. There's no reply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting,
Thanks. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
across the stratosphere.
Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right.
Right beneath the ship, the world is mourning. They don't realize he's alive. No one understands. When Major Tom sees Father like commands. This is my home. I'm
Need anything else? You let me know. Don't want anyone saying Groundbreaker's not the most hospitable port in the colony. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board, that is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade there. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I've just buzzed in from up in the sky, and from here on out, you're a real gone guy. Say no and get out of that place. At supersonic speed, we were flying out in space. I must have blacked out, cause when I came to, I was looking at the Earth from a different kind of view.
Are you pulling my leg?
The moon, I guess, but by this time,
you must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. It goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the board.
I cruise through the city and I roam the streets, looking for
Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are.
Tiger and a cuckoo buck. You better duck.
Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Glad to help. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Jun Lei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Happy to help. It's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. Nice to be recognized. Yep.
You better duck when I show up. The cuckoo muck. And thanks, baby, like I've been telling you.
Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. All right. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. Really likes his cereals, too. Maybe a little too much. Bit of a weird bird, all told.
Don't see what's so wrong about liking cereals. They're fun.
Udon takes it to an unhealthy level. You noticed, huh? What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that, would they?
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. Be seeing you.
Does my heart go on beating? Why do these eyes
It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
Seriously, there was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name.
Bam, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard
Not so
everything.
fast!
You know, it takes more
What do you think you're doing?
First you fill it up, then you drink it down. Again you fill it up, and again you drink it down. Everybody rocking, having a time until they bring on some of that red cherry wine. Booze party, wine, wine, wine. They call booze party, wine, wine, wine. You try to stand up, then you fall down. You open up your eyes and the room is going round. Everybody rocking, having a time until they bring on some of that red cherry wine. Booze party, wine, wine, wine. The car booze party, wine, wine, wine. At 3 in the morning, everybody.
Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Mars. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unreal. The poison ball nothing kinds of fun and threaten our You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Hey, stop! What do you think you're doing? Oh, I guess. Never mind then.
Then you fall down. You open up your eyes and the room is going round. Everybody rocking.
Knock you out bar. A CCN 76 milk chocolate bar with caramel and pea-free nuts in it.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are foreign property. Disperse now for all the trespassing.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist. Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed. Shock simulation restored. Initiating shock subroutine. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Well, I didn't know the happening, and I didn't dig the talk when all the cats were doing the spacewalk. They do it on Venus and also on Mars, even downtown in the local bars. Spacewalk. They had a cute little chick. She says her name was Anita. She said she was the mother of the purple people leader. She says once you learn it, you'll dig it the most because everybody's doing it coast to coast. Spacewalk. Real crazy, baby. You see satellites, rocket ships, purple people eaters, little space girls. I think you do it, honey. Come on. You'll be glad you did.
Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
If you're not crew, you're little people.
Have you seen this man? Reward offers for information
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? This is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings. Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Got it made, it seemed the taste was not so sweet. So I turned myself to face
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? What? Indeed. And you know where he is? Excelsior! An apprehension of this caliber would be tremendous for my career. I would send you straight away to my superiors in Byzantium, but... just a teensy one, the teensiest. Nothing to lie awake worrying about for nights on end or anything. The thing is, I needed money. A lot of money, quickly, for reasons. I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fancier on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize the paperwork you'll need to turn Phineas in without it.
To give away something so important to you, must have been some curious reasons.
I'll thank you not to question my motives, young miss. It was a mistake, and I'd like to put it behind me. It's only temporary, of course. I'd never leave something so important in the hands of someone of such dubious moral character. I was going to buy it back once I raised the capital. So you'll need to get my seal back from her if you want to hand Phineas over to the board. That's the long and short of it, yes. You probably don't even know where Wells is. None of my contacts ever pan out. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I feel fine, thanks. Scenery is out of this world.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. Keep up the good work.
You ever wonder if maybe folks people were saved for a reason?
To the last ratchet on Rut in time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
What was that? What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
To the last ratchet on Rut in time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone. Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay, we can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've gotta do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. All right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Any word on Jesse? Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Dennison will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget. Heard of it? My orientation Aetherwave showed that famous Saltuna cannery, which I'm sure smells as good as it looks.
I like to find out.
I'm sure they're doing their best. That's the Spacer's Choice spirit. So, what can I get you? Soap? Everyone loves soap. Everyone will love you for using it, too. Have a look.
This is Halcyon News.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Business has been slow. Anything to occupy the time. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox. While Junlei Tennyson lives and breathes, Groundbreaker remains free. Our local garbage collectors. That Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like.
She freely admits she planted her roots in Groundbreaker to escape board oversight. But I think there's more to it. She's unusual in the head, that one. Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants. Company ships and salvage runs are the only traffic we tend to get. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mask. If there's a cost to being a company man, he paid it in spades.
What do you think you're doing?
All right, scram.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Rosewood. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time we got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. Depends. What are you planning to do with it? See the lights. Taking a show or two at the infamous Bijou. Could be a treat if you like that kind of thing. All right, I'll sell it to you. But it's gonna cost you dear. Anything else, dear? Yes, dear. Which offer were you interested in? Suit yourself. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you. Great law, is it hot in here? Or is it just my glands acting up again? Yes, dear. Which offer were you interested in? Suit yourself. What? That's right, dearie. The only independent station in the colony. That's us. Though for how long, I can't say. That all depends on Miss June Lay.
Sure, on my way.
We move cargo 16 hours a day, and half of us still can't afford to pay.
CNP Borstworth. It's not the worst.
Following that series? The Hunt for the Wimbro?
The pirate ship? We're not going for docu-series.
The corporations never looked.
Yeah, huh?
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Money. We got it. The Steve Doors want it. I'll take that as a yes. Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch.
Just like in serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Thank you. I work hard to keep it that way. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate. Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Ask. I have nothing to hide. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
I saw that master boy you ought to see. He was a wiggling and a grinning and a sniggling at me. I jumped in my plane and I made it back home. The purple people eaters had my baby and gone.
You're just a flying Sputnik floating on air. The way you fly about, you don't seem to care. When I look for you, you're not in view. You're having your fun playing peekaboo. Leave the outer space, join our loving race, and start your spinning, spinning round my heart. You're just a flying Sputnik, losing your speed. Unless you change your ways, how can you succeed? Your fuel supply